Hey, what's going on, folks? This is Demond K. Ross, habit finder, coach, and speaker. What do you think of when you hear the word tragedy? For most people, we think of some singular event that happens, some crime, some act of evil, some supernatural acts of nature that happen, cause a lot of distress, pain, destruction, catastrophe. And some of us will think of what's going on in the world right now with COVID-19 and all the deaths with that, and with some of the civil unrest we have going on, with the protests that are being agitated and turned into riots, and the fighting and the deaths attributed to that. Turmoil, chaos going on in certain neighborhoods. There's a lot of tragic events going on, a lot of tragedy, man, a lot of tragedy going on in the world. But to me, the greatest tragedy that I see are people that are not pursuing any types of goals and dreams. To me, that's a greater tragedy. That's a tragedy that you would link to the thoughts of a play or a movie in which the main character experiences a series of events that happen that usually has some kind of downfall, downward spiral, and doesn't end so happy. And we may not be necessarily experiencing the tragedy exactly like that, but we all have an opportunity to accomplish our goals and our dreams. It's available for everybody out there. And again, the greatest tragedy that I see is people who don't realize that, refuse to see that, refuse to accept that, and resign themselves to living a very reserved life. Try to think of a cool word, couldn't think of one. That's all right. But that's the real tragedy. The real tragedy is people that have convinced themselves that there are no opportunities for them, that they don't have what it takes to make themselves a better life, to provide better quality of living for themselves and their families. That, to me, is the greatest tragedy that exists. And a lot of times the people who are thinking like that have convinced other people. And so it perpetuates on, and we continue to see it happening time and time again, where the next generation grows up, and they've been fed the ideology, the mindset that says that people like us can't make it. And it's usually people that come from poor communities. And that's a tragedy, because so many people will go to the end of their lives and look back on it and not really have anything to be proud of. I submitted I put a post out yesterday, and I talked about a quote that I believe was attributed to Miles Monroe. And he said, "The cemetery is the wealthiest place on the planet, because it's there where you'll find the dreams, inventions, and just great ideas that never saw the light of day because they got buried inside the people in those graves." How many of you are sitting with a dream, a goal, a vision that you're holding on to, that you're afraid to pursue, that you've been convinced that you can't make it become a reality? Well, I'm here to tell you that's not true. wherever you are, wherever you're sitting right now, you have the ability to make your dreams come true. You have the ability to create the type of life you want. Now, is it going to be easy? Absolutely not. It's a difficult road. And for some people, it's a little bit more difficult because of where you started off in this pursuit. Nonetheless, it's possible. It's possible for you. So don't let your life be a tragedy. Do whatever it is you need to do in order to put yourself on the road, on the map, on the path to that life that you've always imagined and always thought was not possible. Suspend your disbelief. Take the steps. Find somebody that can help you change some of the beliefs that you have. Show you that it's possible for you. You'll be amazed at what can happen in your life if you're willing to put forth the effort, suspend your disbelief, and just take action and move forward. Turn your life into a triumph. Don't let it end in tragedy. This is Demond K. Ross saying, keep striving, stay humble, and always believe in you.